You guys want to watch an absolutely terrible, terrible set of events together as a family? No? Well, you're doing that anyway. Sorry. Here we go. Let's start with this.
Like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. But over the long run, such trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. Throughout the world, there's a growing realization that the way to prosperity for all nations is rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition. America's jobs and growth are at stake.
What a weird ad. Is that so weird that it's literally just the words of Ronald fucking Reagan? Weird. I wonder if maybe, just maybe, anybody might have had a bit of a crash out as a result of that ad. Maybe, just possibly, it's this guy. It's this dumb motherfucker. It's this absolute troll of a human being. It's this slimy skis-ball piece of shit. That's who would have a crash out. So, yeah, the president has, for days, raged on about that ad, which plays the words of Ronald Reagan, talking about the dangers of imposing too many barriers to trade in other countries. Then, Trump imposed real consequences over the weekend. It says, Canada was caught red-handed putting up a fraudulent advertisement on Ronald Reagan's speech on tariffs. The Reagan Foundation said that they created an ad campaign using selective audio and video of President Ronald Reagan. The ad misrepresents the presidential radio address and did not seek nor receive permission to use and edit the remarks. He's the United States president from 50 fucking years ago. You don't need permission to use his remarks. My God, this guy would get offended over a goddamn YouTube poop. Holy shit. Holy shit. The Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute is reviewing its legal options on this matter. Yes, the legal options of playing the words of a United States president from 50 years ago. What pussies. What absolute Klondike bars of people. The sole purpose of this fraud was Canada's hope that the United States Supreme Court will come to their rescue on tariffs, which I love greatly, that they have used for years to hurt the United States. He then announced that there was going to be a 10% boost on tariffs for Canada. Fuck you, Canada! How dare you play the President Ronald Reagan's words? How dare you do that? That's such an awful thing. We're seeking legal counsel to see what we can do about that. Holy shit. It didn't set well with onlookers, including White House correspondent Andrew Feinberg, who said, "Let's be clear about what this is. Canada isn't paying a goddamn thing. He's increasing taxes on Americans by executive fiat because he didn't like an advertisement that quoted Reagan's accurate views on tariffs. You and I are paying these taxes, not Canada." Midas Touch chimed in with Trump saying he's increasing tariffs on imports of Canadian goods by 10% because Ontario's commercial that accurately used Ronald Reagan's words about tariffs made him sad. And economist Justin Wolfers said, it just got 10% dumber. Sir is a part of the mafia all of a sudden. Not a joke. Trump just imposed an additional 10% tariff on Canada because he still doesn't understand that Reagan was a vehement free trader. Tax analyst Eric York said the president should not have the power to arbitrarily impose these tariffs. Is the new 10% tariff import on Canada related to the fentanyl emergency or the reciprocal trade emergency? Or are hurt feelings now a national emergency? She further added, Jesus fucking Christ. Everybody, all of them together recognizing that this man is an absolute loon. Again, Donald Trump, fucking Klondike bar of a human being. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if anybody is going to ask the question later, why am I calling him a Klondike bar? It's because the only thing Trump is ever fucking obsessed with is what you can do for Trump. What would you do for a Donald Trump? I've made the unfortunate mistake of making all fan art canon, and you guys use that to make a ton of doppelgangers of me that try to ruin my life. So why not go ahead and celebrate that cacophony by picking up the new channel playmat over on 4th Wall. When you pick up the playmat, take a picture and throw it up on social media tagging me so I can feature you in a future video. Thank you so much, and let's get back to the video. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? What would you do for a Klondike bar? What would you do for a Donald Trump branded Klondike bar? What would you do? And don't tell me that you wouldn't do a lot for it. Many people have told me. Many people have told me they would do a lot for a Donald Trump Klondike bar. Many people. Did you know that? Did you know that? You would shit on a Donald Trump branded Klondike bar. Old Gus says, nah, Trump isn't a loon. A loon is worth something. He's a business and national millstone. Taji, thank you for subscribing. Said, glad to be here for just over a year. Also, hello. How's it going? You shitted out a Trump Klondike bar recently. Donald Trump dicking bar. You guys think Donald Trump would like British food? Because it's as bland and tasteless as he is. Gideon Moore says, thank God I live on a different continent than this guy. Yeah, but unfortunately, the continent you live on gets directly affected by the decisions of Donald Trump. No matter what continent it is, like, this guy is the most powerful person in America, bar none. And yet, he has such a fragile goddamn ego. Anything you say or do that upsets him even the slightest bit gets hit with a metric fuckton of scrutiny, and I would even argue maybe a little fear. Old Gus says, now he already has a spotted dick. That's not... Yeah, that's not an image you want right now. Absolutely not. That's a spooky image. What if baby became the most What if a baby became the most powerful person in the world? So Dragon Ball GT already answered that question, and it's we'll rewrite the way that Blutz waves work and how they regrow Saiyan tails. And it'll create one of the best arcs in one of the worst anime adaptations of all time. Well, not even adaptation. Now, I don't know what that has to do with Donald Trump. Arguably, nothing at all. But that is what happens when you give baby ultimate power. GT with the literal ass pull. Same as Donald Trump. Mr. President, can you tell me why you hate Canada so much? It's not that I hate Canada, it's that Canada hates freedom. Canada doesn't like freedom, that's why they played my good friend, Ronald Reagan, who I knew for many years. I knew him for many years. They played his words out of context, spitting on his grave. I was there. I watched them spit on his grave. It was a terrible, terrible thing. They said the grave needed to be hydrated. They even did a Twitch redeem for it. It didn't need to be hydrated. They lied. They're liars. They're leftist liars. I don't know. I'm trying to think of things Donald Trump would say, and I'm just coming up with nothing but dumb shit that makes no sense. At all. At all. Kinma says, Goku, the chopped off nub of your tail is still left. If we pull your ass hard enough, you'll somehow have more tail left. Look, they pulled Goku's tail. I saw it. It was horrible. Worst thing you've ever seen. Canada is now an Antifa state. Canada's an Antifa state. Don't you know? Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagittarius, you know I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Sereth, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.